Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Mr. Chairman, for today's event, distinguished guests, Senator Lee Rhiannon, Senator Janet Rice, David Sorberg MP, Abigail Boyd MP, Sophie Corsis MP, BNP activists and friends of Bangladesh community in Australia. Assalamu alaikum and a very good evening to you all. I am delighted to see the Bangladeshi community in Australia gathered here this evening to celebrate the 50th independence of Bangladesh. I take this opportunity to recall and pay tribute to all those Liberation War heroes and Bangladeshi expatriates around the world who played a role in fighting for people's right to freedom, which paved the way for independence and the emerge of a sovereign Bangladesh. However, dear friends, 50 years on, the promise of people's freedom, right to expression, emancipation, and economic freedom remain a distant cry for the ideals, motivation, and enthusiasm an independent Bangladesh was to fulfill. Today's Bangladesh, under the Sheikh Hasina regime, lacks any kind of accountability to the people. Democracy has been dismantled for over a decade now, where elections at every level are rigged by the ruling Sheikh Hasina regime. People's right to live a life without fear and intimidation has been infringed on, with the rapid rise in extrajudicial killing and enforced disappearance of dissenting citizens that critiques the ruling regime. We see banks looted, the national exchequer plundered consistently by people belonging or affiliated to the ruling regime. Widespread corruption prevails across every sector and institution of the country at the patronage of Sheikh Hasina and her regime. We see criminals affiliated to the ruling regime treated with impunity, whilst the general citizen of the country have no right to any justice. We see women in certain parts of the country being raped because they did not vote for the ruling Sheikh Hasina regime. Elections are engineered in midnight instead of taking place in daylight. Dear friends, this cannot be normal. This should not be the state of a country 50 years on from independence. More importantly, we, the Bangladeshi people and friends in the international community, cannot be bystanders against this injustice. We should rise to do something to change the face of Bangladesh for the good. 50 years on, the people of Bangladesh deserves better. Bangladesh has one of the largest youth population in the world. The energy and the talent of the youth population must be utilized through meaningful education, learning, enterprise, and opportunity. That's why I have always advocated for the need for more vocational education in the country, where young people have the opportunity to develop their skills and abilities to find jobs with sustainable future. Every citizen of the country must have the full liberty to express their opinions. We must ensure, regardless of political party, ideology, to provide this space, unlike the current intolerant Sheikh Hasina regime. Every citizen should live without fear, with the state acting as a responsible guardian of the people's safety, not disappearing them and violating their rights. My vision for a future BNP government is to include people from across the country, from across parties, civil society, businesses, education, from professions, trade unions, and rights groups in shaping the country's legislative and policy-making process. A future BNP government will establish an upper chamber of parliament to provide a more inclusive process for making law in our country that is fit for purpose. However, dear friends, to achieve all these, today we must be united in one cause, and that is to save Bangladesh. We must save it from Sheikh Hasina's authoritarian, corrupt rule by pledging to commit and to be united in fighting to restore people's right to vote. We must be united to fight for the rights of every citizen in our country, so that the dreams of all those who founded Bangladesh, including my late father, the proclaimer of Bangladesh's independence, Shoaib Ziaur Rahman, along with the aspiration of our youth and people to safeguard the future of a prosperous Bangladesh. Inshallah, together we shall succeed. I thank you again, everyone who has attended to celebrate our 50th anniversary. Thank you so much. Assalamu alaikum.